Hi, I'm Andy Holzman. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I work at Family Tree Counseling Associates. And I'm entitling this video, Married to a Narcissist. Originally, the term narcissism comes from Narcissus, the Greek mythology, where the young man who was prized for his beauty fell in love with his own reflection when he was tricked into looking into a pool and withered and died because he stayed there for so long and never could break away from his own reflection. Narcissism is a love of oneself. Narcissistic personality is a little different. It's a person who's very selfish, very self-centered, has a grandiose view of their own capacities, lacks empathy. Narcissists also hate feeling emotion. They prize their appearance, of course. They tend to not listen or just wait to speak when another person is talking. They also put people on a pedestal because they're trying to bask in the reflected glory of someone who's higher status than they are too as well. So these folks are very difficult in a relationship. If you're married to a narcissist, whether you're a male or a female, a person who is prizing status, is not validating you, is very selfish, is very oriented towards fulfilling their own needs, it becomes kind of a difficult relationship to share with. There are good things about being a narcissist as well, and good things about being married to a narcissist. Narcissists tend to be very motivated, very good at work and making money and self-employment, kind of having great ideas. They can be very exciting, can be very impulsive, can be a lot of fun. So there's reasons that someone would be attracted to a narcissistic type person and be very enjoyable to be in that relationship for a time. It might break down if you want more empathy and more connection and someone to really listen to you and to listen to your feelings. There are people who are also covert narcissists. That's another type of narcissism. So you have the Donald Trump type narcissist, the very strong-willed, over-the-top, powerful type person. You also have the covert narcissist. They tend to be defensive, anxious, very hypersensitive. Narcissists, there's a kind of a thought either way, are narcissists inside very insecure? They might be or they might not be. Some studies have shown that narcissists are on both levels very, sure of themselves and very strong-willed. So emotion, I was talking about emotion before, emotion will challenge a narcissist's sense of autonomy and of strength. And Craig Malkin, a psychologist, says emotion challenges their sense of perfect autonomy. They want to be in control. They want to be powerful. Narcissist wants to be able to, dictate how things go for them. And if things are not, if they feel emotion, if a narcissist feels emotion, they're going to be thrown off their game. So being in a relationship with a narcissist certainly has its advantages. It certainly can be a lot of fun. It also can be very difficult to be around someone who's always drawing attention to themselves or putting others down, cursing. Those are things that narcissists do also more than the average. Sexual innuendo. Narcissists also tend to have affairs. There's kind of a 4-month rule that with narcissists, when you're dating that person, that once they have you, they tend to be bored or be, looking for the next conquest. So narcissists are difficult to be, in a relationship where they're not cheating and they're very comfortable just being in a monogamous relationship. So that's another challenge for being with a narcissist. Another challenge would be a narcissist tends to need constant reinforcement, if they're hypersensitive or if they're just needy in a way that they're not aware of and they're not talking about their emotion and they're not wanting to feel emotion, but they're always wanting kudos. They're always wanting to be told how great they're doing. they have a deep craving for admiration, for having someone tell them that they're great. And if they're not getting that, they're going to seek it elsewhere, which might be part of the reason why, after a while, narcissists tend to have other relationships. It kind of breaks down. The intimacy is work, and intimacy is something you have to be careful to nurture and take care of, and be aware of your own feelings and be aware of the other person's feelings, and work at things that aren't so fun all the time. At Family Tree we talk about that when you marry someone or when you're connected to someone, you're bringing out your own feelings by being in an intimate relationship. That person is kind of going through your defenses and bringing up stuff that you don't want brought up a lot of the time. That's pretty difficult. It's pretty difficult for most people. And if a person, because of their need for attention and their need for control, might not be able to handle that. Narcissists also, family-wise, were adored by their mother or father or both, but at the same time they were ignored. So they were, which is kind of a dichotomy, it's hard to understand, but you can be adored for just, being there, but not being validated and not being, given a lot of time for sharing who you are. So, you can be the kind of person whose dad goes to every ball game and adores your accomplishments on the football field or the basketball court, but you might not be allowed to share the times when you're hurting or you're scared, or you might learn that early, that it's not okay to do that. You might learn that you have to take care of yourself and you have to be the person who is in control and is strong and is powerful and never shows any weakness. And so you're both ignored and adored, which is kind of a funny dichotomy, like I said. Like I said, there are many reasons that someone would be attracted to a narcissist, and it would be a fun ride. It just also has its downfall, that if you're with someone who is not so empathetic and not so caring and not so comfortable sharing emotion, you might be left with an empty feeling. And if you are, and if you're aware of being a narcissist or being in a relationship with a narcissist, there is help. Therapy, counseling is something that gets people to pay attention to what they're feeling and what they're doing, and it can mend that relationship. Again, my name is Andrew Holzman. I work at Family Tree Counseling. My number is 317-457-8668. That's 457-8668, 317 area code. And my email is aholzman, Holzman, 2 @comcast.net. Appreciate you listening. Thank you.